Hey everybody. Today my topic is seeing yourself through the eyes of others. Now I was inspired to write this a couple days ago when I read my devotional right here. And the very first sentence was, beware of seeing yourself through the eyes of other people. And as soon as I read the whole thing, it just struck me, I need to write about this. So, the desire to write about it was so strong that I had to go get a notebook and a pen. And as soon as I started writing, the words just came out so effortlessly. And my pen was just moving across the paper so fast. And that's how I know that it was inspired by God, because when you do things for the kingdom of God, He makes it easy for you. It's just so amazing. I always know when God inspires me on a topic. Now, this is an important topic in today's world. With social media so much a part of our lives, we might begin posting things just maybe to impress people or to sway their opinions of us. Now, I am not against sharing successes, vacations, accomplishments, cute photos of your children or grandchildren, or even photos of you looking absolutely fabulous. There is nothing wrong with sharing those things. But when you start sharing those things with the wrong motive, that's when you need to start questioning what you're doing. When you focus on what the world thinks of you and you start doing things to impress others or to look good for people or to make them think you have this fabulous life, you're stepping into dangerous waters, and I'll tell you why. Number one, it is nearly impossible to truly discern what other people think of you. Each person's opinion of you is subjective to each viewer's spiritual, emotional, and physical conditions. So it is absolutely impossible for you to really know how you are perceived by anyone. So why would you waste your time trying? Why would you allow the opinions of other people to determine your value and your self-worth? The biggest problem with letting other people define you is that it borders on idolatry. Your effort to impress people and to please other people, it takes away from your desire to please God. And that's what idolatry is, when you replace God with something else. So in Hebrews 11:6, we're told, actually what we learn by that verse is that what we should really care about is pleasing God. And when we draw near to Him, we will be rewarded by Him. What rewards do you get for trying to please people or trying to sway their opinions of you, or making them think that you have this wonderful, fabulous life? Big fat zero. Unless, of course, you consider having your ego stroked as a reward. And then if that's the case, you probably want to ask yourself, why do you need that? Focus on seeing yourself through God's eyes, and you will see yourself as someone who is deeply and eternally loved. You won't need likes. You won't need applause. You won't need admiration or encouraging comments from your Facebook or your Instagram friends. Now, encouraging comments are good. I'm not saying anything against that. I'm just saying you won't need those things to be happy, because true peace can only be found in seeing yourself through the eyes of the one who created you. Now, that's the bottom line. That is the takeaway. That's the one sentence I want you to take from this. Now, when we're young, we lack confidence. We have insecurities. Those things can go out throughout our lives, not just when we're young, but especially when we're young. We can have a lack of confidence and insecurities, and it causes us to care way too much about what other people think of us. And there was a time when I cared very much about what other people thought of me. I would say high school was probably the pinnacle of that. And I remember the stress of caring so much about that and trying to please my friends and trying to please my teachers and trying to look fabulous day after day and taking on all these activities so I could look busy and accomplished. And, it was really consuming and it was exhausting. And the only reward that I'd say that I got for that maybe was a fourth place spot in the homecoming court. Do you know what this means? Whoopee ding. And if you don't know what whoopee ding is, that is a phrase that started in the 60s that means, so what? Who cares? You know, if I knew then what I know now, I would not have been so concerned about what people thought of me. Being popular would have been the last thing on my mind. So, if this topic is something that you can relate to, I invite you to let today be the day that you set yourself free. Maybe God inspired me to make this video so that you could see it and be inspired by it. You know, God speaks to us through people. He speaks to us through nature. He speaks to us through our conscience, that little voice in our head that tells us right from wrong. He can even speak to you through a song on the radio. But if you're not close to God, you're not going to get those messages, and you will miss his guidance, and you will miss his comfort, and you will miss those doors that he opens up for you that he wants you to walk through, and you will miss his encouragement, his strength, and that one thing that we're all desperately craving right now in this crazy, chaotic world, which is peace. If you want to read more of my thoughts, you can go to my blog, Salt and Light. I am not actively posting. I do post occasionally when God moves me to, but I am on break right now to pursue other things. But I haven't stopped posting completely. It's just not as frequent. And I also post on Instagram, so follow me on Instagram for my videos. Thanks for listening. Have a good week. And I hope that you will make a conscious effort this week not to give a flying fig about what other people think of you. Don't you love flying figs? The thing is that God knows your heart. He knows your motives. And it does not matter what other people think of you. Just do this when you start worrying about it.